When you hear you can be a cult leader, you imagine it's all fun and games, polyamorous marriages, and catchy chanting, and a bit of ritualistic sacrifice. And you would be right, but they don't tell you about the dark side of running a cult, like all the poop or the constant life or death combat against rival cult leaders. Thankfully though, there's one game that can give you a good idea of what it takes to be the next great figure in the culting world. It's time for Cult of the Lamb. Dive into the role of an innocent, wide-eyed little lamb as you take control just in time to walk your final steps to the chopping block and get sacrificed by 4 monstrous creatures that believe your death will keep them in power. But your untimely demise is just a shortcut to visit the one who waits, who bestows upon you a crown of magical power which turns you into the killing machine every lamb dreams of becoming. Now you can venture back into the world of the living and cut down every enemy and wayward blade of grass that gets in your way until you finally fall upon an innocent animal-shaped creature. Instead of treating it to the pointiest part of your sword, you teleport it away to the future site of your glorious cult compound. When you finally make your way there as well, you can fully indoctrinate your new follower and immediately force them into slave labor clearing the land and harvesting resources. Now you're ready to start building all of the amenities a blossoming cult base needs, like a cooking fire to make your followers' favorite gruel. But it isn't a cult without some cult friends to cult with, so you'll need to head back into the wilderness to put your murdering skills to work and recruit more innocent animals. These 4 doors of fun will each take you to entirely different biomes like spooky woods, spooky swamps, SeaWorld, and creepy-ass Spiderville, each with their own unique enemies, special resources, and theme songs to jam to. The procedural maps created give you that classic room-to-room roguelike mystery with any variety of treacherous foes or distinct encounters that almost make this seem like you haven't played it 1,000 times before. You can also spend a significant portion of each dungeon adventure smashing every destructible object in every room to make sure you get every single resource available to pamper your cult in the finest grasses and stock up on bones for the latest rituals. When you return from your journey and are greeted by your loving followers, you'll be ready to build the core components of your compound dedicated to your own benevolent glory, like a totem for worshipping and a church for the real good times. In here, you can give a simple sermon that will charge your wool with that delicious unholy spirit, or you can perform exciting rituals ranging from bonfire dancing and getting everyone high on mushrooms to those cult classics like sacrifices and resurrections. Soon you'll have a bustling village of blind capitulation with people farming, harvesting, building, and most importantly, worshipping your greatness non-stop. This steady stream of faithful energy is somehow magically transformed into the knowledge to research new buildings to further alleviate the mortal needs of your flock, like an outhouse so you don't have to keep running around cleaning up piles of shit all over the place. You can stay here micromanaging your Barbie dream cult, but the only way you'll ever finish the game is to venture back into the woods and track down those evil deities that separated your cute horned head from your fuzzy little body. Once you've climbed to the top of the requisite generic roguelike web and scooped up every worthwhile resource on the path, you can go head to head with these ugly-ass transforming bosses and finally save your slightly less ugly-ass boss. Cult of the Lamb, you've never drank Kool-Aid quite this sweet. Saying this is similar to Hades is somewhat correct, and of course being compared to a game so wonderful is a great thing. But rather than the bulk of the game focusing on the combat and advancement through levels, Cult of the Lamb splits you about 50-50 between base management and fighting. The combat felt a little underdeveloped with the always random and somewhat limited weapons and abilities, and the base building options shifted to a bunch of upgrades pretty quickly, but taken as a whole it was still fun. You can manage your cult in a way that's more authoritarian or peaceful, but you essentially always end up in the same place. Yet with the addition of some interesting side content that includes fishing and this exceptionally random dice rolling minigame, it's pretty easy for me to give the complete package of Cult of the Lamb the abbreviated score of good. If you'd like to see more hot takes, warm satire, and tepid commentary about video games, make sure to subscribe and check out my other abbreviated reviews.